All right, all right. All right, all right. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, you see it scrolling down the bottom of the screen. You see it. You see it. You see it. Oh, Lord. Let me get out of here. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing way too much for the gram, y'all. Let's get down here. Yeah. All right. Had to get my background stuff together. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV. I think I've already did the intro, but I did it again because I got sidetracked. Listen, you see it scrolling down the bottom of the screen? We are here to see Bel Air. Season 2, episode 4, entitled As You See It, Don't Kill My Vibe. Sounds like a Kendrick Lamar song. Don't kill my vibe. All right, people, we're going to go through here. And as we do, and as we say, thank you so much for joining my channel. If you like what you see, please hit that like button down at the bottom. And if you are enjoying my little banter back and forth talking about these series that I am following, please hit the subscribe button and you will be led then to a plethora of playlists of all the things that I have reviewed thus far. All right. What y'all think about this episode? Now, I will tell you this episode answered some questions. It was a little slow, but it was still good nonetheless. So, as we do always, I don't like to talk about the whole show. I really want you to go watch it. Oh, my hair. I really want you to go watch it, but I will go over the highlighted parts. And we will talk about this thing. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. All right. So let's get some of the things out of here. Well, let's talk about Ashley first. Ashley is feeling down simply because they did the protest in the honor of Miss Hughes, and what's basically happened is Miss Hughes was fired. She was still fired. She wasn't rehired. Will was suspended, and Carlton got in trouble. So she's feeling down about that. She's feeling like all of this has happened. It's all her fault. So Will talks to her and tells her, listen, things don't always go the way you want it to go, the very first time. But you still got to, go ahead and, lick your wounds right now because this was a loss. But don't ever give up the fight. So Ashley has taken that to heart. Very good for her. Very good for her. Let's move on. Now, we see Vivian in her workshop, honey. She is working on this show. She's getting a little stressed. Now, we still hadn't seen Light Skin. We ain't seen him yet. He ain't showed up yet. He's been ducking and dodging Vivian for a very long time. And we still hadn't seen him yet. Where is he? Because ever since she told his assistant that, look, I'm not going to be playing no games with him. He either show up or show out. Either come on through here or leave. We have seen no hide nor hair of old Blue Eyes. So I don't know what's going on or if he's going to be back this season or not, or we're just going to be mentioning him. I'm not really sure. But as she's in there, she's talking. So we're going to talk about the next child, which is going to be Hillary. Hillary is talking to her mom, and she basically tells her that, she asked her, I guess, what she feels about Jazz, and her mom is saying, well, he's different from who you usually date. And Hillary says, oh, those little high flying Bel Air guys. And she was like, yeah, we like him because we like what he does for Will and how calm he keeps Will. We love that. She says, but he's really different for you. You sure that he's like the one? And so she says, well, yeah, I think he's the one. He's thing. And I may be mentioning this earlier before I mention anything else, but excuse me. She's in talks to meet with his family. So That's basically going on with Hillary, and Hillary is also let's talk about Jazz as well. Hillary is also setting up deals behind Ivy's back. Because, like she said, Ivy is over here doing what she needs to do, and she's not paying attention to the house. She's the house manager, so she is going to do what she needs to do to make the deals for this house. And in that conversation that she's having with Jazz, not her mother, Jazz mentions that his folks are coming over, and Hillary wants to meet the folks. Jazz is a little he's a little outdone. He's like a little nervous about that because, Hillary is Hillary. She be Hillary. And so he's like, I don't know if it's going to be a good fit for his folks. And, Hillary's like, what, are you ashamed of me? Da 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 da. He says no. So she was like, okay, cool. We're going to meet your folks. Child, they go meet the folks. Now I'm thinking Hillary was going to come in, all jazzed up, decked out, looking good. Child, Hillary walked in there like she was Khadijah, honey. She thought she was Muhammad's wife when she walked up in there. Baby, she was a Wikipedia of knowledge of Islam. Baby, everything. She was just, and it was so much that his parents were like, "Who, dude, you up? We need to change the subject." And she kind of felt like, Hillary was like, "Oh my gosh, I messed up," because in her bid to make a first impression, she ended up sounding a little crazy. Not that the knowledge that she was talking about, but they already knew that she was giving them knowledge that they already have instead of talking about herself and what she does and all of these little different things. So I thought that was funny, and it is interesting because these are two people of two different faiths, and I am wondering how all of that is going to impact their relationship. I don't know if it's going to impact it so much, but I do believe it's going to be there is going to be an impact on that relationship. So now let's get to Jeffrey, Phil, and James. James is the law partner. So you still see Jeffrey running around there quiet and sneaking around and doing whatever he's doing. And Uncle Phil is just feeling some kind of way. He feels like his partner is sneaking around on him. He feels like Jeffrey is sneaking around on him. He doesn't trust Doc no farther than he can throw him. Hold on, y'all. What I'm doing is, I don't know if you can see this. You can't see this. But basically what it is I write down their names on this book that you can see like here. And I'm having to go back to remember the names because, honey, I can remember faces all day, but these names, child. So Phil is just feeling like that he's feeling an uneasiness because he's so used to being able to control certain things, but now he's not able to do that because everything is out of control. His law firm, he's been away from it too long. He doesn't know exactly what's going on. Jeffrey is sneaking around being secretive, and Doc is being that way, and he kind of confides into Vivian. Aunt Viv, he confides into her because they have a little blow up, and I'll go back over the blow up when I talk about Will. So we find out that when Uncle Phil, I still don't believe that what Jeffrey was looking for as far as with his law partners is what he was sneaking around for. But we do find out that Uncle Phil's law partner is working on a merger with a larger company, because when Uncle Phil left, he was the hot shot. He was the high flyer. And so when Uncle Phil left to go be district attorney, all of the high flying attorneys left, all of the clients left. Because James, his law partner, he's a lawyer that can handle the day-to-day behind the scenes stuff, but he is not the attorney that can go out and win these cases like that. I'm quite sure he has won some cases, but his area of expertise is that. And so once they lost all those clients and things like that, the law firm couldn't compete. So he has been trying to find ways to get the law firm to compete. And one of the things that he has found is that if they merge with another company. Now, Uncle Phil is not Uncle Phil is not on board. However, the partners and everything like that of the law firm are on board for this. So I don't know if Uncle Phil can uh, persuade them not to do that. Give him 6 months and to see if he can kind of make things turn around. I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but he is very much aware of what's going on. Now, that may be partly why Jeffrey was sneaking around the way he was sneaking around, but I'm sorry, there's something else going on, because that wouldn't have caused for you to go try to get into Uncle Phil's computer. Huh. So let's talk about Will. Will was suspended. Excuse me, allergy season, y'all. Will was suspended, and he's suspended for a week, but he was thrown off the basketball team. And you remember last episode, the basketball team wasn't feeling Will like that, and so I guess this was an opportunity for the coach, to have the game play like they wanted it to play, and Will is gone. So he's upset because he wants his basketball career. And so his only recourse that we can see right now is Doc. So he wants Uncle Phil to talk to Doc. So Uncle Phil goes and talks to Doc, but like I said before, Uncle Phil feels some kind of way about Doc. He feels like Doc is not something ain't on the up and up with Doc. And he feels that. And they get the contract, and he reads over the contract, and he realizes that Doc is training these guys and doing all these things with these guys and making deals for these guys. And he is getting money in perpetuity. So he always gets a certain percentage. So it doesn't matter what they make. So, for instance, and I'm just listening to the way it sounded. So, in other words, if they go off into the pros and they get these $100 million contracts, he gets a percentage of that. And he's getting money off them, all their deals, all their stuff. Hell, it's like a 360 deal in it. All their stuff, their merchandise and everything, he's getting a cut, and he's getting a cut into perpetuity. So he's basically, it doesn't matter how much money they make, whatever they make, as long as it's centered around this basketball thing, he is getting money. So they can have an agent getting 30%, he could be getting 10%. You see what I'm saying? So in other words, that's 40% of your money going to somebody else, and you're getting the 60%. And does he help him out? Yes, but there should be a limit, and Uncle Phil put that limit on it. Now, here's the issue that happened with this. Two things about this. This Jackie girl, I like I said, I don't like Doc because he uses his niece to help him win over the boys, and that's what's happening with Jackie and Will. So every time, because you notice how she wasn't interested in him knowing anything about her life, but as soon as Uncle Phil told Doc, "Hey, I'm gonna have to think about this. We're gonna have to go over this," because but I'll tell you why he said that. All of a sudden, Jackie is texting him, "Come over and see me." Da 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 da. This, working on his emotions and things like that. And I'm sorry, I just think that that's low down and sneaky. I think it's low down and sneaky. I think it is. I think it is. I think it's low down and sneaky to do these young people like this. I think it is. That's why I don't like Doc like that. Allow this allow this young man to make the decisions he needs to make. But you're working behind the scenes, making sure that he makes the decisions that you want him to make. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I am with Uncle Phil. Something ain't right about that. Uncle Phil doesn't know anything about this Jackie girl, but Uncle Phil has a feeling. He can't pinpoint what it is. And also too, Uncle Phil is used to being the voice of reason for Will. He is used to being that man that Will can count on. But ever since that Lou debacle, uh Will is also is confiding into Uncle Phil, but he's also seeking out other male role models for himself, which, in my opinion, is not a bad thing. I just think that Doc is more of an opportunist than a role model. Also with Doc, Uncle Phil, uh, Viv and Will have a conversation. In that conversation, he is talking about, he wanted her help with the Doc and Uncle Phil. So Vivian bebops her tail down there to Doc to talk to Doc to call Will to to have him come in and to bring Uncle Phil. So this was prior to Uncle Phil and Will getting there. And while Uncle Phil was there with Doc and Will, Doc mentions Vivian. And so Uncle Phil is pissed off at this point. He's like, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. Because, see, he got to go home and he got to take care of that. You can't be going behind. Y'all got to be on one accord on things like this. You can't just, I know that Will is your nephew and you want to do this, but since you and Phil have decided to take care of him, y'all got to be on one accord. One of y'all, because all Doc is going to do is play both of y'all to the middle. And you got to be on one accord with that. And so Uncle Phil kind of told her about that. She was upset because he kind of went off. But at the end, she kind of realized that, hey, that wasn't the tea. That wasn't what she gonna do. She never did vocalize that, but they came to an understanding. So we'll continue on. All right, gotta scratch these people off, honey. We are moving, moving, moving. I don't like that Jackie girl. Here we go with Carlton. And I'll say it every episode. I am so worried about Carlton. I really, truly am worried about Carlton. However, this episode gave me some encouragement. So let's go into Carlton. Baby, Carlton is going through it in school. Yasmin is not, she is not here for Carlton. You hear me? She ain't here for him. Because here's what happened. Miss Basson, the BSU advisor, she comes up in the hallway to Carlton and tells him, what you did at the protest really made people up at the top. They made them look at you differently, and they have put you forth for the Founders Award. Baby, Yasmin heard it, and Yasmin was like, "Oh, okay, ha ha ha. I see what's going on. You did all this. You were supposed to give a speech. You didn't give the speech because you knew if you gave the speech, it was going to cut out your ways to get the founder. I see you, Carlton. I see you, Carlton." And she walks away. So anyway, Lisa and Big Boy. What is Big Boy's name? What is his name? I didn't write his name down. Oh, what is it? He likes Lisa. Drew. Baby, Drew's trying to step up to Carlton and everything like that, and Lisa kind of calms that down. And Carlton is upset, but he's keeping all that stuff on the inside. He's trying to hold all that stuff on the inside. And Lisa talks to him and she's like, you don't have to explain to me. I saw what was going on. I knew you had a panic attack. You'll never have to explain that to me. I know what's going on. And he was, and she was like, well, maybe if you talk to Yasmin. And Carlton, being the guy that he is, no, I don't want anybody to know. I don't want anybody to be in my problems and all this other stuff. So then we get to Will and Carlton, because Will's having to do all these chores at home and clean and wash and stuff like that, because that's part of his that he has to do for his suspension, y'all. And he does all of this. He sits down and he talks with Carlton. And apparently there is supposed to be a bowling night with the BSU. Carlton wasn't going to go, but then once he heard bowling, honey, he perked up. And we find out that Carlton is a bowler, y'all. You don't think Carlton trying to get into the PBA, do you? I doubt it. Because baby, he had his own bowling shoes. He had his own bowling ball. He was ready. It was Will that didn't know how to bowl. And baby, bless Carlton's heart, he was trying to teach Will, but you know how Will is. Will thinks, because I'm an athlete, I can ace all the little different athletic genres. I'm saying genres, but sports, excuse me. So he thinks, because I'm a basketball player, I'm going to be a good bowler. That ain't it. Carlton told you. It's about speed, precision, and technique. You got to get all those things together. Child, every time you turn around, Will was throwing the gutter ball. The only time that Will got a strike is when he the gutter guards and that little thing that the little kids use that they line up and then they just put the ball on top of the apparatus and the ball falls down and it just goes straight. Child, I was cracking up. I was like, Will did excuse me. Will bowled a 60, honey. I was like, Will, I'm not trying to tell you I'm a good bowler, but honey, I always at 85, 90 is where the little range I go in. So I guess I'm gonna be a little petty. Will, I bowl better than you, boo. I bowl better than you. Who he couldn't catch a break. So at that time, you remember I told you that Will met up with Jackie. Jackie texted him, and I guess after the finangles, the snafu between Uncle Phil, Doc, and Will, she texted him to come to see her, and apparently she's a dancer, and she is anyway. So he leaves Carlton and goes off to go see Jackie. So Carlton goes over to try to talk with Yasmin, and she curves him. She straight up curves him, child. So then old Drew, he decides, because I bet you Yasmin told Drew about why Carlton didn't give the speech. And so Drew was gonna throw it in his face because Drew don't like Carlton all because of Lisa. He don't like Will, and he don't like Carlton, and he don't like them all because of Lisa, because he likes Lisa. Baby, he called himself gonna be, because I guess he thought, because he looked like he looked like he's 6'1" to Carlton's 5'10", 5'9". I'm gonna say 5'7", 5'8", 5'9". I guess he thought he was finna whoop up on Carlton, honey. So he decides to just jump up. He tries to burl up on Carlton, and they got to tussling. See, what Drew didn't realize is that Carlton, Will, Lisa, and Hillary got Jeffrey. I know Jeffrey taught them how to tussle. How the guy say in the snowfall, don't come over here if you don't know how to squabble. Baby, Carlton beat him down to the bowling lane's floor. And then he's so upset, he gets up and he tells him, you want to know why I didn't do the speech? It's because I had a panic attack. And, he goes into all this other stuff. And here's the thing that kills me, y'all young people. Why everything you got to pull your phone out? I mean, Lisa had to scream, will y'all get him? Why is y'all pulling your phone out all the doggone time? But anyway, what's going on here? We almost running out of power from my mic, so let me hurry up. Anyway, so he goes home, and then the next thing you know, I guess kids are under, it's a lot of pressure. All the kids are under pressure because everybody is trying to be perfect. Everybody is trying to fit into this world as Black folks. Now they're starting to see that a lot of them have issues: ADHD, ADD, anxiety, depression, all kinds of stuff that's going on that these kids are having. And so Carlton has opened up a discussion within the BSU about what's going on. And I thought that was, even though it cost him a lot, I thought that was something that was necessary for him to hear, that he was not the only one, that everybody doesn't have it together, and it wasn't meant for you to have it together. So maybe, and the reason why I said at the top of this video that I'm encouraged, is that maybe Carlton will not put so much pressure on himself, but we will see. That's all I got, y'all. Like I said, I didn't want to. I went over a multitude of stuff. I didn't want to go over it because I wanted y'all to watch it, and let's chop it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you all think Jeffrey is doing something? There's something else about Jeffrey that's going on that we need to be wary about? Let me know down in the comments. You think old light skin finna show up? Because Vivian is doing this, she's putting this gala together. You think old light skin gonna show up pretty soon? What do we think about Carlton? Are you all as worried about Carlton as I'm worried about Carlton? Let me know. What do you think about Ashley? Poor Ashley. She's just sitting here, and all of her heroes have made a fall. I would love to see more of Ashley and her friends, because last season, we saw a lot more of Ashley and her friends, and I would love to see more of Ashley and her friends get together. Excuse me. Do you think Uncle Phil is going to turn it around at his law firm? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Again, this is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you all are interested in following me on other platforms, here they are. I am more active on right now TikTok. So follow me there. And as always, people, let me get it together. Let me get it together. Bye bye.